Okay, let's begin this next session. We want to take a look at the date and time window. I thought I might also go back to the sky and viewing window, and we'll see under atmosphere. We can show or not show the atmosphere, of course, but this light pollution is a way of comparing the night sky as it is in areas like a big city where lights are drowning out all but the brightest stars. This is a familiar looking sky to me. If you can see that constellation Orion, planet Jupiter, which are all visible under typical city conditions. But I want to go back in time a bit here to a time when there was no artificial light, and see the Milky Way already showing up much brighter. Opening that date and time window that was right here. Notice this is today's date, present time. If I move the hours ahead, see the movement of the skies, sunrise, and we're into the next day. Now I can do the same with days, months, years. Let's go back to a night sky. If I start going back in time through the years, we see that on the same date, the position of the constellations anyway is relatively unchanged. Now I thought I would go back in time as an example of the permanence of these constellations, their unchanging nature, at least relative to human time spans. 1564, I believe that is the year that Galileo Galilei was born. He, of course, was the first astronomer to use the telescope to study the night sky. The telescope had just been invented. Let's turn on some constellation names and stick figures. So Orion the Hunter, which we saw earlier in our dates, would have looked very much the same. Of course, the occasional supernova explosion may remove a star from the map, from the celestial grid, from the universe, to be correct about it. But these constellations are relatively unchanging, which is a good segue into our next segment, where we'll be using the date and time window more to see what was different about the planets and why people in ancient times were able to distinguish stars from planets, which are also just bright points of light for the most part in the sky.